US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order initiating the withdrawal of the United States from the World Health Organization. This marks Trump's second attempt to sever ties with the UN body following a similar move during his first term, which was later reversed by President Joe Biden. Health policy experts, including Dr. Ekwaro Obuku and Alana Kembabazi from the Initiative for Social and Economic Rights, ISA, cautioned that this decision could have significant global repercussions given WHO's crucial role in combating infectious diseases such as malaria, tuberculosis, and HIV and AIDS.
So pulling out means WHO is going to be constrained to implement its programs, which include, most importantly, what's called the international health regulations. The international health regulation is to support the economy of the world. Trade and travel must not be restricted because of a disease outbreak, and this is the role of WHO.
Economies can collapse when health systems face certain threats. That's why worldwide, we basically had a recession because of a virus. And so it's very important that we strengthen our responses to global health and institutions like WHO.
It will disrupt how we are going to prevent ourselves from having the next pandemic. We are also hoping that we will write and sign off the pandemic agreement under the WHO, which will help us manage the future pandemics, increasing equity for everybody. We shall see some places suffering more when there's an outbreak. I think we should all pray that this decision is reconsidered.
Dr. Obuku suggests that while the withdrawal may strain international health diplomacy, it is unlikely to entirely hinder collaborative efforts since WHO's operations rely on pooled resources from member states.
The government may say it's pulling out, but Americans themselves can step in and provide support, philanthropists like Bill Gates, and if he convinces his friends. So the American influence or contribution will still be there. It is counterproductive for the American government to pull out, and perhaps the deep state may not permit this. Why? Because the idea of funding research and public health implementation strategies, for instance, the Ebola outbreak in West Africa, trying to control it, is that it should not be imported into the United States of America.
The experts argue that this development should prompt African governments and other beneficiary states to reevaluate their own health sector funding to reduce over-reliance on international organizations.
Because it's showing you that some of the wealthier nations, because of what is happening in those countries, are turning away from multilateralism and turning away from any sort of coordination. So you better make sure that you're not left hanging. You must have invested in your health systems and your ability to respond to public health crises.
The African countries are very good at abusing even aid, even their own taxes, leaders. So I think it's high time we took charge of our health. It's high time we made our minerals in Africa count, our raw materials count, so that we're able to trade globally and ensure that we can take care of our social services, not only health, but also education and food security.
Trump's order criticized WHO's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, particularly its response to the outbreak in Wuhan, China, and accused the organization of failing to implement necessary reforms and succumbing to political influence from certain member states. The US provided nearly 20% of WHO's $6.8 billion annual budget in 2023 under the Biden administration, emphasizing its pivotal role in sustaining the global health body. Walter Mwesije, NTV.